Hello to everyone. I was prepared to actually read you some of the book that I've been reading before. Forgive me. Let me introduce or present myself to those of you who already heard my name but don't know me. I'm Gloria Keith with Action Speaks, Heritage Excellence Education Journal. It appears that I've been getting more interest in the little bit that I did as far as an introductory of my book, Every Child Born Gifted. And I can understand that because there are so many parents that have now been struck, I won't say stuck, but struck with the opportunity to actually work with your child in school at home. And it's not a game. Your child isn't small and you're not playing school with them. You are actually helping them to work toward their future goals in life. And that is good. It is a little scary for you, yet it was never that for me because I've always thought, let me put it this way, I strongly believe that the home is the major school or the major institution for educating your children. And when we go on the outside of the home, we are actually selecting areas or outlets for our children to test out or evaluate their own education, or evaluate or test out who they are in life. And when you think of it that way, you can have as much fun as you can give your children. And there have been quite a few questions asked, like, how do I keep their interest? Or what happens when they don't listen to me? And things of that sort. But see, the whole thing is to allow your children or your child, if you only have one, and even though you may have more than one, you want to see every one of your children as individuals, not a group, but individuals. If you are a mother of 3 triplets, you still want to see them. Excuse me, let me take a drink. My mouth is getting a little dry. But you still want to see your children as individuals because they are, just like you are. You don't want anyone to see you as being your sister. And in the past, as children, we get a little upset if we are mistaken as someone else. But the thing is, when you see your children as individuals, as being who they are. When you study and you research and you finally say that, oh, John is going to be a doctor. Or you say, Mary will be an architect. And things of that sort. You want to sit down with the child and talk to that child as to what he or she wants to be. So the first thing that you want to do as a parent educator is to work with each child to develop what we call an IEP. IEP is Individual Education Program. Some of you or some teachers may refer to it as being the curriculum. But simply put, it's just the way I'm going to work with John. If John wants to be a doctor, that means I'm going to find everything that I possibly can to encourage John. But, of course, I'm going to do it on his age level. And you move from that point on. Your child at 4 years old may have already decided, I'm going to be a scientist. And don't think that that's too far away from graduating from high school, graduating from college, and graduating from the university the first 4 years, and a graduate school to actually get that doctorate degree. It's not as far as you think. I have a granddaughter at 4 years old. She said that she was going to be a forensic scientist, and today she is. And she's gone through all of the levels to be the forensic scientist. So I know for a fact that is true, that your child actually is taking in what God has given him or her to produce on the levels that they want to work. So you want to involve your child in teaching, not just learning, but teaching. When you do that and you involve yourself, the parent, as also the learner, and you can have a lot of fun. I'm not going to speak very much today. I have to take it a little at a time. I've been a little under the weather, and I'm working through some things. But I wanted to share that much with you. It's been a while since you've seen me, and I've been on. We are definitely going to finish the book of the Black man in America, 1932, 1954. But we will respect those parents that ask questions about being a parent educator, means teaching your child in the home or wherever you are with your child. And you want your child to be as comfortable as possible. Not to say you're going to give in to that child and let them to sleep all day. No. Once you and your child have gone through the first phase of actually creating the IEP, which is the curriculum or the individual education program for the child, which means this is just a plan and agenda that you're creating for the two of you. If you have others, then you can go to the next child and move up while that child is actually thinking on, well, what would I really want to do for the first hour of my curriculum, the first hour within that day. Okay? And within your state, know how many hours, how many days, how many weeks you need to make sure that your children have in their educational program. There are some, let's say for instance, out of 365 days a year, the Department of Education requires that your child has 180 days in learning. And at the end of that, that child gets what is called a level test. Or you want to know where that child stands. We can take it a little at a time. And if you have more questions for me or more questions, I'll help you get those questions answered so that you and your child can be at your very best in homeschooling. All right. And that's all based on the premise, on the foundation that every child born gifted, including yourself, parent educator. Again, this is Gloria Keith with Action Speaks, Heritage Excellence Education Journal, saying, I pray for you, you pray for me, and we both pray for our children to make sure, to be assured that they will have the most excellent education possible at the end of the school term. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Until we see each other again, have a good evening. Thank you.